Hello there and welcome back. Today I want to talk about a new killer combo that I'm using a lot. Is the Magneto and Starlab from Strymon. Of course, they come from the same company, Strymon. And I have to say, since I put them together in my performance case, I'm having a lot of fun using them. They're big, and I love that. You can play with that a lot. And lately I'm really thinking how I enjoy creating setup that allows you for playability. That's my main things. I come from bands, I come from playing guitar and singing. So my entire aesthetic in creating electronic music is having a setup that is playable. It's a full instrument by itself. And reverb and delay are my two favorite effects. And when I have something like that that works well together, they are a lot of fun, great sounding and straightforward. Yeah, my life is better. So what you just listened is a patch that I create from scratch for my Patreons. You can you can subscribe down below and you can see from a clean slate how I created that. Now this is my latest incarnation of the system. Last month I performed, I loved it, and I had the Oxy as a sequencer. I am spending a lot of time lately learning the Usta because I love the Oxy, but I need it for something else live. So I was thinking to create a self-contained entity, and this is the new iteration. Usta is sequencing the harmonic oscillator from Verbos, which became my main oscillator. And then I have the Instro here, the TSL, which is a simple yet beautifully sounding oscillator. Very small and very nice. If you want to know more about all the patching, all the ideas behind how I perform with this kind of patch, please subscribe. You will help me, you will learn. That said, few other ways you can help me out. You can buy from the affiliate link down below. You will spend exactly the same amount of money. So whatever you buy, I will get a tiny percentage. So next time you even buy a cable, you can click my link first and then help me out. It's really free for you, but really important to me. Then you can become a Patreon. I already said that. And what else? Of course, hit the like button and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Now, let's go back to the killer combo situation here. So I want to listen first to the clean sound. I did a cool trick, I would say. I have all of my sound going first inside the endorphin. The endorphin is connected to the output of the IntelliGel case. But then from this mixer out on the front panel, I go into the Magneto mono, stereo out into the data bender, I decided to put the data bender in between because I like some reverb on it, and then Starlab. We won't listen to data bender today, just these two. So let's listen to the clean sound. What I was trying to say. In this way I can always record. I can always record the clean, and that is it. And I can have also the wet. Now this is the wet plus the dry, but I could do this. So in this case now I have a wet and dry signal, dry, wet. So in the last time I performed, I had this situation with the mixer because I bring the model one, so I had this chance to have fun with it. So in the case I don't have the mixer though, I can simply play with it. First, quick overview of the two models. They look basically the same. I think it's the same faceplate. Magneto is basically a model after tape delay. Plus it has a spring reverb. Starlab is model after their pedal Night Sky, so it's a creative reverb. It's not your basic room plate delay. It sounds more ambientish, so it could be your only reverb, yes, but if you need the basic reverb, like natural sounding reverb, I wouldn't choose nor the Starlab or the Night Sky. But I use this one, and in the pedal form since ages now. I really like its sounds. It's a fantastic sounding pedal, effects, whatever. So even the Starlab is a reverb, but also it has a delay. So both of them, take by themselves, can cover all of your needing. For example, now there's just the Magneto going on. But I can add reverb. Of course, it's a spring reverb, but it sounds very nice. And the spring reverb is separated from the delay, so you can use it by itself. I really like the sound. And I use it often with the planar. So I can create automation with that. At the same time, in the same way, the Starlab allows you to do interesting things. Because you have an echo and you turn it on, and basically now you will have a delay too. So one or the other can basically work pretty brilliantly as a full-fledged effect processor. When you put them together, magic happens. And let me first, let's do some sound so you can listen to the different flavor of it. So Magneto first. Magneto has a dry control and a wet control. They work mostly similarly. You have a speed dial. That was the first things I had to wrap my head around it a little. I couldn't really understand how this worked. I thought it was the tempo. No, it's how the tape would go, but simply, if you are clocking it, and I am clocking it, this will decide the quality of your feedback. For example, at the maximum speed means that you will have the highest quality. Now we are listening just to the wet signal. So in this case, you will have the maximum quality. If you turn it like this, the tape will slow down. And as you can hear, it's more crackly, less quality. And then if you start adding all of these lower control here, like tape age, crinkle, and wow flutter. Now you really have the crunchiness of an old machine. But again, if you bring the pitch up, it's getting better. So it's all intertwined. You can, of course, modulate that if you want and create warbly things. I don't do that a lot. I like to, they're big enough to let you play with your hands, so I enjoy that. The great thing of Magneto is this one. First, you have 4 heads separate, and you can mix them how you want, all in the center or ping pong style. So for example, right now, when I am clocked in quarter, I know that if I put heads in even, the head number 3 is gonna be my dotted 8. Head 4 is gonna be my quarter. And the fun part is like I can change the vibe of my composition just moving these. I can turn on the repeat. See how this sounds in a certain way, but now this has a different flavor. So during a performance is great because you can move through that. Now, what is the missed chance of the Magneto? The possibility of control this with CV. That would have been killer. You can't have it all, right? It's okay to use it with your hand, but say you want to do something snappy, for example, turn this on and then off, it's impossible to do. I wish this clock out, which I don't use too much, would have been clock in, so to activate that. Then the Magneto has a triplet function and a shifter in which these become pitch shifter. But I don't want to go there because it's for another video and I don't use it. Let's go to Starlab pretty quick. Starlab has 3 different algorithms: dense, sparse, dense, and diffuser. Sparse is my favorite, is this one we are listening now. Let's turn off the echo and let's just listen. I forgot to mention you have a rec level in which you can push the volume in, and there's a limiter so it won't distort badly, it will just add harmonics. This is the sparse. Sides decide both the pitch if you're using it in Car Plus or the big space of the reverb. And then dense. It's a little more thick reverb, and then diffuse. This sounds to me a little more like the reverb style. You can quantize the pitch even here. And then you have few things that I really love. The shimmer and glimmer. Glimmer had this interesting harmonics and glimmering, and you can put it in a higher band. So it impacts the high pitches, the high frequency, and I love it a lot. And then you have shimmer. Now I don't like shimmer reverb, but this one has shimmer on the first repetition only. So see how it sounds. Now pressing down this button I can decide if it's 4th, 5th or octave down. Now it's octave down. If I press then this, then it's gonna be a classic shimmering, because every pass it will start shimmering. I never use like that. I always use like this. The combination of the two things can create some sort of pad, and I use this a lot. For example, to introduce a track, I can kill the dry, have that, maybe the delay come in more long. With the low damp and high damp, I can decide how much. And then I can gradually and hear your transition. That to give you just a little bit. There's a lot of modulation that can happen. I like to have the planar controlling the spring reverb and the shimmer on the Starlab. So here it is, it come in, because I can create this big space and this sort of resonating frequencies. Most of the time, this is the situation. I have the dotted 8 going on, and I can decide how much, and then I go here. Then I can add LFO to the filter, for example. I use the Starlab a lot for the moment in which I want epic vibe coming in. And it could be usually the moment when I bring in the shim. I mean, from this, which is fine, I can get to these big, thick ambient washes. And then simply I can get like this. So, that's it. This is the way I'm using them. I don't do a lot of modulation. Then let's not forget that I have the data band that can come in sometime. Creating all the weird stuff. I had it at the end, but I feel getting into the Starlab, it's better. Beautiful. Few advice. I noticed when I played live that I decided rightfully not to use a lot data band. There is stuff that can be super cheesy if you go too much. So use it sparsely only when it's needed. And then I kept the shimmer and glimmer always down, except the few moments in which I wanted to really hit the audience and have a big sound. So in those moments I can bring that, open the filter, and that's it. That's the way you create beautiful transition and beautiful moment with a reverb and a delay. So these two works really well together. Love them. And yeah, that's about it for today. Again, if you are interested in the patch step by step, even the creation of the sequence and the harmonization and everything, please subscribe to the Patreon and you will know how I did it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.